Hey, it's Logan here with Peak Health Revolution. I'm glad that you've made it over to this video. I'm going to quickly give you 5 actionable steps that you can use to improve your health today. So let's jump right into it. We're going to cover off exercise, nutrition, sleep, some breath work, and some mindset tips that you can use. So number 1, exercise. The very first most important thing we want to make sure we're doing is getting that 10,000 steps per day minimum. All this tells us is that we're getting lots of movement throughout the day. We want to try and space it out the best we can. That's our number 1 priority. Beyond that, the next step that you want to take is to go to a 2-day full body workout. The reason is because this allows us to hit all the muscles twice in the entire week, which means our frequency is high. We're not getting super sore with it. And this is where you're going to get the most benefit from the workouts if you're just getting started. There is a ton of different diet options out there and it gets confusing really fast. So we're going to stick to some really simple guidelines for our nutrition. We want to have 6 to 8 cups of fruits and vegetables per day. This means we're getting lots of variety in there. We're getting the vitamins and the minerals that we need, and we get fiber, which is going to make us feel full. As far as the next thing that we want to prioritize, it's going to be protein. We want to shoot for about the same number of grams of protein for what your goal weight is. So if you want to weigh 200 pounds, be eating about 200 grams of protein. If you want to weigh 140 pounds, eat about 140 grams of protein. And then as far as that goes, we want to break these meals up into 3 equal meals and try and avoid snacking. There's nothing inherently wrong with snacking as long as they're healthy snacks. But what happens is most people reach for unhealthy snacks. So for now, we're really having you focus on 3 good healthy meals and avoiding the snacks outside of that time. Sleep is the third tip that we're going to go over. Routine is king here, you guys. You want to be going to bed at the same time 7 days a week. So this means on the weekends, you're getting up and going to bed at the same time as during the week. I give this a little bit of wiggle room. I say plus or minus 30 minutes. So if you're getting up at 7, that means somewhere between 6:30 and 7:30, 7 days a week. We also want to really avoid excess light in the evenings. All that artificial light tells us essentially that the sun is still up, if you will. And then in the morning, we want to get as much of that sunlight as possible. So if it's the winter and you're not able to get that sunlight because you're up before the sun actually is, use artificial lights to get as much of that artificial light as you can to tell your body that the sun is up. And then in the evening, avoiding that light the best that you can. Breath work is all of the rage, and that is our next tip that we're going to go over. The reason why it's so popular is because everyone is stressed out right now, and this gives you direct access to your nervous system to help it wind down a little bit. So we're going to use box breathing, which basically means you're going to inhale, hold, exhale, hold, hence the box. So you want to shoot for somewhere between 3 and 5 seconds for this. If you feel like you're running out of breath, go to the lower number. If you feel like you can do it quite well, go to the higher number. Last one I got for you guys is mindset. And the reason why I left it for the last is because even these tips themselves might start to feel a little overwhelming for you, and that's okay. Don't feel like you need to implement everything on day 1. You can take one of these, really work into that, and then add the next one on and layer them on over time. So remember, all these small little wins that you can accumulate really snowball into a big effect. So if you miss something, don't worry about it. Try and get it the next day and think that little bit better each day and let that snowball just build up, and you'll get a lot of momentum going with it, and you'll notice big changes in your health. I've strategically put these 5 tips together because each one kind of helps facilitate the next one. But remember that watching the video doesn't necessarily get you any of the benefits. You actually have to go and implement. So watch the video, then go implement these strategies versus just watching the video and continuing on with your life. That's the key for a lot of the health stuff that is out there, is people are consuming it but not implementing it. So go grab at least one of these and start to do it. And like I said with the mindset, get one piece locked in, then add the next, add the next, add the next, and let it all snowball together for you. And just before we sign off, as usual, remember, hit the subscribe button so that you can see more videos coming from me and get more benefit in your health journey.